Hello everybody, welcome back to Victorian 3's Portugal. Let us continue on from where we last left off. And look at this. See that number? It's green. We're making money. They said it could not be done, but yet here I am. Okay, it's back in the negatives, but don't pay too much attention to that part. The infamy decay doesn't really matter so much. Well, I mean, do we want to maybe enact some wars? I'm not even usually like conquer state. North Madagascar, South Madagascar, Zululand, 15. I mean, probably like not. We can't annex anybody. I mean, we could move our way up to Oman. Take maybe some land in Zanzibar. What does Zanzibar even have? Do they have anything worthwhile? Logging camps, fishing wharfs. I mean, the answer is like basically no, they don't. 6,000 days. What's Sierra Leone? They are a British puppet? Okay, absolutely not. Well, the thing is, like, I know, like, a war is going to be expensive, right? Resource industry. Like, what if we were to... open market, take treaty port, transfer subject, ban slavery. What if we were to invade China? Like, I mean, me and Britain aren't allies, though. Form an alliance. I mean, if we owe them another obligation, I think we already owe them one. So we can't offer them two. Because I was thinking, like, maybe that would make sense. Like, what if we declared war on China and then force us, give us some war reparations? And if we get war reparations, I'm assuming we'd be getting, like, a stupid amount of money off the Qing. Also, got a peasant revolt here. Oh, so this is a bug in Victoria 3. Where basically now the peasant revolt isn't actually at war with the Qing. So the peasant revolt actually wins this civil war. This area up north thing will just be independent forever. And I don't think the Qing will actually have an opportunity to actually invade. Monthly price report. Ammunition's more expensive. Apparently France tried to get Brazil to be a protectorate. This seems a little wild. Russia demands that we submit to them and become the protectorate. No, why would I do that? Russia! You guys are being a little aggressive recently. Like, what? Why would I want to join up with you? Ammunition's expensive. Well, how much money am I spending on ammunition? I can't imagine it's like that much. Also, like, why is our taxation so bad here? Taxation capacity. Well, it's probably due to the fact that, again, we tax land. And we don't really have any land up here to be taxed. Because you have 4 and 4. You down here at 3 and 3. But you're at like 2 and 2. So I guess if we want to increase our taxes, we need to build... We're getting an iron mine. We're getting a logging camp. We might just need to build farms here so we can actually tax them properly. Yeah, you're at 4, you're at 3. Okay, we'll finish our iron mine, but then after that, buildings, we will build a single wheat farm, and maybe that'll unhealthy economy again. Look, there's no fixing the Portuguese economy. It's going to be a mess forever, and it's just something that we all have to acknowledge. It's always going to be a mess. Okay, we got new parties. We have landed voting, legitimacy, authority, political strength. I'm assuming we're going to have an election right away. Yes, we are. So the Grand Party's at 43%. We got the landowners at 53%. The armed forces are in the Progressive Party. Well, who's in right now? The Regenerator Party. What the hell does that even mean? The Regenerator Party. I mean, intelligentsia aren't even in a party. We can kick the intelligentsia. We'll probably have a... my guess is probably going to be a coalition government between the landowners and the rural folk. Would make the most amount of sense. You want to enact racial segregation. Right now we're on... You know, cultural exclusion? It's actually pretty progressive for 1841. Nobody likes it. You're for the authority, shares cultural trait. We get more authority by legalizing segregation, but I mean, like they want it, but they don't even support it that much. So we're not gonna worry about that too much. Explosives we don't have enough of. Well, do I even need explosives? Who am I going to go to war with right now? By the way, is Gibraltar considered a treaty port? It is. Okay, interesting. And the Regenerator Party is 152% of the vote. The Agrarian Party got 49. Basically exactly what I expected here. Let's reform the government, kick out the intelligentsia, bring in the rural folk. 6 will be at 70%. I mean, that's not too bad. Confirm that up. And you guys are looking pretty good. We can maybe even pass a new law. I mean, there's not many laws we can pass. Professional Army, National Militia. Again, really what I want is I want something that will... We could maybe go... We could increase our taxes. Who hates this, by the way? The landowners, the ones that are actually currently in government, don't like it. Trade unions don't like it either. We'll get bonuses from the Petit Bourgeoisie, the rural folk, the armed forces, and the industrialists. I mean, this is like a no-brainer vote. I mean, we have to. The Catholic Church, the Petit Bourgeoisie, the industrialists, there's like nobody in power in Portugal. The landowners and the rural folk just have such a dominant control over Portuguese politics. But that basically means... Well, 2 of them are marginalized. We get bonuses from the rural folk and armed forces. You're a throughput bonus. And the armed forces is a military cost. I mean, again, but it's also 22,000 pounds. We have to. We've got to bring in voting into the country. There's really like no other way to phrase it. Like it has to be done. So we'll enact some basic taxes here. Okay, language. The Congo students sometimes use their native language in Portuguese schools. Some have called for teachers to penalize the use of these languages, forcing children to speak the official language of Portugal. So 10% of Bagongo pop Portugal become more radical. We get more assimilation, and more radicals from assimilation. Or we get the Petit Bourgeois. I mean, you're all... Well, the intelligentsia are not marginalized. The other 2 groups are. And if we get you, you will give us a society bonus. That's fine. How many Bagongo people are actually in Portugal? I'm assuming they're mostly in the colonies. Political strength. Population. Portuguese is the biggest one. So there's 350,000 of them, and where are they? I'm assuming they're mostly in... Yeah, mostly in Angola. I mean, if they want to speak Bagongo in Angola, they want to use their native language, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much. They would not accept. And again, I'm guessing we can't, because we already owe them 1 obligation, we can't owe them multiple. Okay, we got logistics. We get more recruitable battalions. And that might be nice. There's also going to be a civil war in South Africa. We got a peasant revolt. I mean, I don't care about this. It wouldn't be surprised if the British maybe took an interest. I mean, railroads could be nice. I know there's an issue with transportation in the country or in our market. General staff. Postal service, we don't have the stock exchange. Yes, let's get stock exchange. It'll give us more bureaucracy as well, which I think would be nice. And like once we actually are making money, then we can really start off a big industrial boom in Portugal. But until that moment, we're just kind of flopping like a fish that is stuck on the beach. We're having a bad time. We're a beached whale, essentially. 69% legitimacy. I mean, what is our chances on this? I mean, we're getting a 30% because of our support from the rural folk. Okay, we're now at 63. What's our bonus? State construction efficiency. Like, it doesn't seem like 1.6%. It's, like, kind of garbage. Also, don't be zoomed in here. So we got our stock exchange. I honestly don't think getting our military stuff up anymore is super useful. Canneries and food industry leads to mechanized workshops. Baking powder. The thing, we don't have industry. So, like, why would I get those first? Modern sewage. Construction sector max level. Postal service maximum cash reserves. That'd be nice if at any moment in our history we actually had cash. Because right now we can't stockpile money if we don't have money. You know, that, like, I think that makes sense. You need... Look at that. Immediately up to 8,000 pounds per day. We now have per capita taxation. Fantastic. Oh no, the trade unions are radicalized. Shut up. You guys don't matter. We actually now have money. Actually paying an interest. Well, only 459. It's actually not too bad. Any more laws you want to pass? We could go isolationist. No tariffs on any good. Because right now we're mercantilism. We could go to protectionist and imports and exports. Because right now we're taxing imports more than we're taxing export. Protectionism would be that we tax both about the same. Isolationism is less declared interest. Tax spread is bad. Taxation capacity goes up by 25%. We can just shut off trading stuff. I can imagine if you're like a really big country, like if you're United States, Russia, the United Kingdom, having isolationism probably could be very powerful for you. Just because you shut down basically the entire world's economy. If you just, you know, produce a lot of one good. If you're like the #1 good producer in like paper and you isolate your entire economy and you shut down all paper exports, would be probably be pretty powerful. We're on colonial exploitation right now. And that's fine. Local police force. Who says no to this? The landowners. I don't want to make the landowners more upset than where they're at now. Migration. We could close our borders. No one's allowed to migrate. Well, I don't see any reason to really do this. We could get national militia. 5% conscription rate. The armed forces lose political strength. The armed forces hate it. Well, I think right now, we don't need to pass any laws. I mean, we're making money. And that's the most important thing. Is that we actually have a positive income. I never thought I'd see the day. But yet, here we are. So you are a tooling workshop. We did want this, because I think tools were pretty expensive in our market, if I remember correctly. If I want to ever leave your market... Custom union, between friendly relations. If we break this, it'll... I mean, we could leave their market. I'm gonna save just to see if that actually would be beneficial to me or not. Because we joined about, I think, 5 years ago. So if we were to end the custom union, our economy immediately goes back down. Because a lot of stuff is expensive to our market. But if we were to... Well, here's the thing. Like, now that we're making money again, now that we're actually in a positive, and we got a bailout from the United Kingdom, we got a bailout from the London government, I think we do want to start having our own foreign policy again. We could just trade with the British. Get some tariffs off of this. We have 1,800 convoys. We could open up a lot of trade routes. I say that as we don't have that much bureaucracy to actually sustain said trade routes. Okay, clippers would go down massively on this. I know paper's expensive. It's always going to be expensive. We'll import paper from you. Can I cut taxes? Like, if I was to bring taxes back, we would now lose... Based on land, per capita tax, 15%. The numbers actually do change a little bit. What are we spending our money on? We get income tax, poll tax, consumption tax, tariffs, minting. Government wages are still very, very expensive. But that's okay. Again, we do this. Not a significant producers. Encourage exports. Protect domestic supply. We don't have a domestic supply, so it doesn't really do too much for us. Okay, wood's expensive. Fruit and sugar are dirt cheap. We can probably export you to somewhere, right? If you'd export it to the British, we'd make about 3,000 pounds off tariffs, presumably. Number 8 producer. Do we have a trade agreement with the British? I mean, I know they don't like us. Very much cheaper. Yeah, like sugar's really cheap. Grain is, you know, pretty standard. Coffee super cheap as well. We could trade you with the British as well. 3,000 pounds on the tariffs. But actually, I do want to pass a law. Because right now, we don't tax exports very much. I want to tax exports more. The landowners won't like this. They're already at 2. Actually, nobody likes us very much right now. Everyone's kind of more about our situation, but that's okay. Rural folk will like it, trade unions, but will hate it. Well, the rural folk go down -3. It's not so bad. We're going to get some throughput here. Maybe leaving the British market caused our popularity to decrease a little bit, but I didn't actually know that these opened up these tabs. I probably should have realized that. But that's okay. We will enact protectionism. Expensive military goods, small arms, and artillery. Again, paper's expensive. Paper's always expensive, man. There's never going to be a point where paper is not expensive. The incorporated states, education, law enforcement, colonial affairs, health system, trade routes. We do need more. Like right now, we're building a tooling workshop, 32 weeks. Can I afford to upgrade you to iron frame buildings? It'll cost us 3,000 pounds, but I kind of, in order to get our construction up just a little bit more, I think this is worthwhile. And give me one more. Not 10 more. Give me one more here. Be done in 30 weeks. But the economy is kind of, you need small arms, you need silk. Input goods shortages is basically everything now. So there's actually a lot of stuff we need to trade. Okay, cancel these trade routes because apparently they don't do anything anymore. We need coal. Import. Apparently there's nobody that would actually make a profit on coal. Really nobody, huh? Well, let's trade with Britain. And we're going to be taking a little bit of a penalty, but it's not so bad. We'll trade with the United States with you. Iron, let's trade this with the Americans as well. Silk, we'll import that from the Qing. Tools, we'll import you from... Well, I mean, we could go for most productive. We'll trade you starting to Piedmont. Artillery and guns, I'm not as worried with. As you can do, the price went from like 10 to 70. Yeah, but the price is like normalizing now. Tools and wood are still expensive. We are building a tooling factory. I mean, or do we already build it? It'll be done in 43 weeks. So again, our construction sector basically doesn't exist. But however, I think that at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. Thanks everybody for watching. Anthnwam, if you enjoyed, remember, thumbs up. Not a thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.